Shell lawsuit blaming Google, Facebook, and Twitter for the deadly San Bernardino terror attack in 2015. And now YouTube is losing some major advertisers because ads were recently placed near videos created by ISIS supporters. And the ad company saying, we don't want to be a part of that. Our next guest's daughter, Sierra, was one of the 14 people who died during the San Bernardino attack. Gregory Claiborne joins us now. Gregory, good to see you this morning.
Good to see you as well, Clayton.
So this lawsuit contends that social media companies knowingly helped spread this propaganda, that they knowingly gave out accounts to terrorist groups. Is that what this statement says? Is that what this lawsuit going after?
Well, I'm not certain if the lawsuit is going after us actually knowing that they actually gave accounts to known terrorists. What I do know is that they promoted it, they sponsored it, and they actually supported the act of terrorism throughout the world by actually promoting these activities.
How did they promote the activities?
Well, just like anybody else promotes anything on Facebook or any of the, social media outlets, they do it through funds being raised, sponsors. They pay advertisers pay to be on, so they, that's how they're actually funding these accounts, these actual activities. And basically the information that is, disseminated to the public and everybody watches this, you have training videos on how to kill and all these types of things and make bombs and so on and so forth. So yes, they're doing it.
Do you think that social media has given rise to these lone wolves? They're not really lone wolves anymore. They're part of a community of people who are looking for radicalization. They're looking for a connection to somebody else in that community.
Absolutely. That's the way that they communicate. I mean, they communicate in multiple different ways, and they're also funded, like I said before, through this process.
Facebook released a statement on this saying our community standards make clear that there is no place on Facebook for groups that engage in terrorist activity or for content that expressly supports for such activity. What do you say about that statement from Facebook?
Well, Facebook has the right to say whatever they would like to protect themselves. At the same time, they do a whole lot of things on Facebook that you wouldn't want your child to see, nor your mother or your father. At the same time, that they actually promote people being able to communicate and connect with one another and do all sorts of things. So they can say what they want. They use that platform in the way that they choose to.
And Gregory, you don't want this to happen to any other family. Tell us about your daughter, Sierra.
Well, my daughter, Sierra, was a special young lady. I love her dearly, and I always will. She's a biochemist. My daughter as a child, she was extremely intelligent, and my wife and I, we promoted that in her heart, in her spirit. She's a child of God, and we just made sure that she had every tool that she could possibly have. I'm a very competitive person, so I instilled that in her desire to learn and be a blessing to others. That's who my daughter is, and we started the foundation in her honor, the Sierra Simone Sunshine Claiborne Foundation for Excellence. And what we helped her to do is get an education in biochemistry and sciences and medicine. And that's what we are promoting with our foundation, helping young people to achieve their goals.
Such a great message, turning that tragedy into something hopeful to help other families across this country. Gregory, we appreciate you joining us this morning, sharing your story, sharing your side of the story in this lawsuit as well. Thanks, Gregory.